Dr. Whitaker really does care about all of her patients, I think, and her staff makes you feel so welcome before you even meet Dr. Whitaker. And it's just been a really good experience to have these procedures done. And the follow-ups have been just terrific, and she attends to every minute little detail. Oh, it was amazing. You've really been resting up, Margaret. You look great. I have been recommending Dr. Whitaker for about a year and a half now, since the surgery, and they just think, well, I'm going to go see her, and they do, and they love her too. She has a great location here at the Galleria, because everybody is familiar with the Galleria, and with her staff also that makes you feel so comfortable. You can't help but like coming here. It's nice coming to the Atlanta Face and Body Center.
Could you say and spell your name for me, please?
Robert Serredell, R-O-B-E-R-T, last name Serredell, S-E-R-R-E-D-E-L-L. I had basically the chin area, and then I also, in an earlier procedure, I had my eyes done. I had a hooded, genetically hooded eye, made it look very tired, and I didn't feel like that on the inside, so I had that procedure done, and it was very successful. Oh, of course. I mean, everyone said, you look refreshed, you look so much younger. Most people said I looked 20 years younger, and they knew something was different, but they didn't really understand from the procedure and the time that it took what had it been done, because it was such a short period of time that you noticed actually what was happening as far as the healing process and everything. But the main impetus for doing this was at work. I had my employer said I had a very tired look and was accusing me of saying, well, you look like you're sleeping over there. Do we need to try to keep you awake? And it was very offensive to me because, you know, as you age and you're older, I didn't feel any different on the inside, of course, but on the outside, my physical appearance was reflecting that. And so that's when I came and I talked to Dr. Elizabeth, and she gave me pointers and wonderful examples, you know, and everything was so very realistic looking, and I was very happy with that. So I had the procedure done, and once I did, the look was completely changed. It was like I was wide-eyed and very alert, happy, and I felt so good inside looking at myself.
Wow.
When you don't feel like that on the inside, you don't feel older, and really you don't. Genetically, some people have more of a hooding of the eye as they grow older and droopiness, and so it does give you that appearance of looking very tired and all the time and not wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. So I felt like that on the inside, but my body wasn't reflecting that on the outside. So it gave a very negative appearance as far as my work was concerned too, at work. Of course, my employer noticing something like that and saying something to me to that effect, and saying, "Gosh, you're not getting enough sleep. Are you sleeping over there?" And little barbs and comments, and that really bothered me. And that's what was the impetus for me to come, you know, to see Dr. Elizabeth. Well, I think everyone with today's media understands and knows, because they've seen Hollywood stars that have millions of dollars and go in and they have this disastrous effects done to them. I don't want to use particular names, but we've had the wind tunnel look, almost a paralysis of mouths hanging down to one side, a lumpiness, and all this on their skin. So I think that does cause reticence about the procedure. But Dr. Whitaker, when I came in and met with her, she gently pulled, you know, in areas showing very natural look, and nothing would be overdone. And so you don't have that wind tunnel look, you don't have the arched eyebrows looking like you're constantly surprised or being hit with a cattle prod, electric cattle prod. So she gave a very realistic example of what you would look like, and saying it would not be overdone, it would not be to a process where you would notice that anything had really happened, other than it would be like a refreshing look and a more youthful look. By saying that, of course I was still a little bit reticent, but with her demeanor and putting me at rest and at ease and understanding what was being done, and even though you want yourself sometimes to be, you want to say, do the extreme, pull it as tight as you can, and, you want this major thing. Well, that's not what you want to get accomplished. I mean, you want to be able to have a very natural look that's there, and augment that. With your looks that you have now. So it was a very gentle type thing that was done to me. But surprisingly enough, when I healed, the people's astonishment and how I looked was it was unbelievable. Yes, I had contacted a friend of mine, had some surgery done, her eyelids and that. So I'd spoken with her and asked her who her doctor was, and I went and got a consultation with them. But as you said, Dr. Elizabeth is very hands-on. Her personality, she's so puts you at ease, and it's not a clinical setting. It's a comfortable setting, and so right there you're completely disarmed as far as being reticent or nervous. She takes you and she explains. She's very one-on-one, and her whole personality, exudes through and shows, makes you comfortable. And that's what sold me on everything, because of her personality and her explaining on the situation of how the procedure was going to happen, what was going to be done, the expectations, and the not wind tunnel look and arched eyes, and that. No matter what I wanted, she made the realistic decisions for me and helped me understand what was going to be good for me. The surgery itself was painless, I would say. I was, of course, I think she had a hard time keeping my mouth shut, because I was joking around and that type of thing. But afterwards, my recovery rate and that, the follow-up is so good with Dr. Whitaker. You come in daily, most of the time, and she checks on everything to make sure that everything's healing and the process is going well. But also she's checking on you and how you feel and what's going on. So it's very hands-on. That raises your whole comfort level and your security in what's being done. And with her personality and that, it puts you at ease. And so it even helps the recovery rate, I think, the positiveness of it. Just about a week and a half ago.
Okay. So you're still wearing the stretch garment to keep everything intact, and tell me what's
right
here today?
Yeah, right. This procedure, the portion of it was for the neckline and tightening up the neck. I had been 300 pounds, so in losing that weight and maintaining that weight for a while, your skin does, the elasticity, and at my age, I'm 64. It does lose some of the elasticity, so I did have kind of, they called it turtle's ankle going on, and the gobbler, So by the gently Dr. Elizabeth showing of pulling back in here and showing what could be accomplished, that's what I ended up having done, and it was very successful. I mean, the neckline was back again. I mean, as we joke, and with Dr. Whitaker, it's not that you're going to be Audrey Hepburn with a swan neck, but it's very close to it.
Wow.
And the neckline, I mean, it's pretty shocking. I mean, people, I look at it myself, and you don't realize the ravages of time and what happens. But this is a reversal, and it's such a positive thing, and it makes you feel so good about yourself. I mean, there's sometimes when you go and you walk past a mirror and you look at yourself, and it's you do a double take. Is that me? You know, I mean, the reflection that's back. And that's really a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think the most positive thing about it is the reaction of others and them seeing it. Because others are very reticent about it, and they've seen negativity, you know, on the news and what's happened to people with this type of procedure. And when they see firsthand of when it's done correctly and done realistically and not overdone, to the client's wishes, when you have a doctor that's a professional like Dr. Whitaker, and she gives you the realistic approach and how it should look realistically. You don't want people sitting there and not even knowing who you are. None of my features have changed. I mean, I look the same. The only thing that they say is I look like, you know, like back in pictures when I was very, very much younger. The staff here at Atlanta Face and Body Center, the new business that's here that Dr. Whitaker has, is so unbelievably wonderful. It's a departure of the older company, and the staff here is so hands-on and friendly. They put you at ease, and Dr. Whitaker also. And so it's a pleasure coming here, and it's a pleasure to be able to have them. They feel like family and friends. If I had to do it over again, I would certainly come back here to Atlanta Face and Body. It's the only place that I would even consider.
Do you have any old pictures of you before all this transformation that maybe
Yes.
could email me or something?
I do, and then Dr. Whitaker, she has one that she scanned herself too, but I can procure some.
What's the best email to reach you?
My last name, Serredell, Serredell @att.net.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. You were great, man.
I'm sorry, I have a contact in my hand.
Oh, we don't want to lose that.